Hello and welcome back to another video. So today's video we are doing My Sister Chooses My Build. That's what it's called. And in this challenge, this may surprise you, but my sister chose my build, and we decided she could choose absolutely any house she wanted, even one with beams that were impossible to make on this. So this doesn't look identical to the house that you saw first pictured there, but I really did try and give it a good go because I wanted this challenge to be as fun as possible. So the houses that are coming up are a bit crazy. I'm quite a fan of the next one, but this one here was a little bit nasty, if I may say so myself. I wasn't too happy with how it turned out, but in the same respect I did quite like it. So I had a little bit of trouble. I wanted to put a rim around the top of this roof here, but ended up, because it's on an angle, having to go around with these awkward corner pieces around my entire roof in order to put a rim on it. But in the end I think it ended up looking pretty good, and that pattern is quite cool, so we could have done some fun stuff with that. And it did make me think about a couple of things for next time and maybe future builds, so that's quite nice. I know that the outside colour of this house was wrong. I don't know how I missed it, but it wasn't until afterwards when I was sort of putting this video together that I looked at it and I was like, oh man, I am not a fan of how the outside one looks at all. But in the end, I think it turned out looking pretty similar to this original house here. I hope to get a couple more a little bit closer than this one here, but I did like it. So coming up, we do a flick back to a look at the house again, because I'm not sure how to put the house up on the screen while I build. So it would be a cool feature to learn how to do, but I'm still kind of learning how to use some of the really cool nifty computer things we can sort of do these days, which makes sense. And I also have been really working on my channel and trying to spruce it up and trying to make things work a little bit better, and so you may notice that at the end of this is some pictures of how the house turned out, and of course we've got some fun Sims 2 music to bring back the memories. Oh, that was the life. And I was really happy I'm really happy that I'm kind of trying to work on things and make things a little bit more exciting. So here's the house again, those beams, cannot move on from them. And I think we're getting there. It's definitely a little bit lighter than it was meant to be. I'm not sure how I missed the lightness of this build, but I did. So the kind of people I imagined when I was building this house would be living here are definitely two high profile individuals. So I was thinking like a really high class lawyer and a businessman, or maybe, a world renowned chef. I thought it would be quite cute to have someone like that living in this house. I imagine they'd like to entertain. It's a very showy-offy home, if I may say so myself. It's definitely the kind of house you would invite people over and be like, oh, look at this, is my very lovely house. Probably designed by some very fancy architect, I think so. I ended up really liking how the inside of this house turned out. It's using those really cute, I think the fridge comes from Jungle Adventure. I'm not 100% sure. And here we are, of course, putting the whole kitchen together. I love that black and white theme we've got going on there. We'll have a couple of lights coming in a bit later, because it's a bit broken at the moment. And I really like what I did here with the table. So I sort of had a glass one coming off the back to spruce things up a little bit, because I thought about putting in, the bar stool tables, but I ended up thinking this would be a little bit nicer, and I shrunk down that really cool picture that came with Dinah. And obviously you guys know that I like to use 1 or 2 packs, but again we're pressing the rules, changing the rules a little bit for this series as well. I'm going hard out, and I don't want to be restrained by a pack not having something that another pack has, so I can't do a house build. And I have the next house coming up, which I've already got the picture for, is very exciting, and just wouldn't be the same without a pack or 2 that we've kind of got here with a bit more designs and stuff. So the second half of the room will actually be the living room, and it was about, I'm not sure how far in, but in a little bit I realised I did completely forget to put stairs up to the second floor. I came up with a pretty good alternative, a pretty good situation for how I was going to make that work. because the good thing about house builds is that you can't see the back or the inside, so it's completely open to interpretation about how the rest of the house looks. And I really liked that. And in here we're going to have a little bit of a walk-in. I was thinking about putting drawers there, but I decided that I wanted to have a little bit of a really fancy kind of, where you walk in, you can hang your clothes up, a little bit like a storage room, because this house does not have a lot of storage in it. It's very modern, it's very spacious, and there's just not a lot of place to leave storage and stuff. And this walk room is very cute. And in a moment I'm going to put a mirror in as well, because I thought that would look really nice. You walk straight into a mirror. And I think we ended up using the laundry day stuff light in there. I absolutely adore the light that came with that. And I think that's the end. And I put these stairs out here, which I thought was really cute. You know, Sims don't have weather, so it's not like it really matters that much. But I didn't want to make the mistake again, so I actually added on the stairs immediately on the second floor, so we didn't have any troubles. And down here will be the bathroom, which we're putting in first with that very large spacious bath. It's a pretty small bathroom considering, but we've got spa day, shower there, because I've been really using that a lot recently. I'm really in love with it. And then we're going to have this really nice study out in the main, what would you call that, in the main room? Just working a little bit. We're having a little bit of a seating area out there with some footrests, even though those are seats as well. They definitely work a little bit better for footrests, and I almost wish your Sims put their feet on it. That would be really cute. And inside I made this, I really like the study. I think this is my favourite part of the entire build. I liked the way it really brought the whole room together. It added some colours, it added a bit, you know, a bit of fanciness to the room. And of course it would be a room that would get used a lot, because I mean, they're both very high profile Sims, I imagine, live in this house, whether they're writers or businessmen or lawyers, which I don't think you can be a lawyer in Sims now that I think about it. Maybe? No, I don't think you can be a lawyer in The Sims. And you definitely can't be a lawyer in The Sims, right? I would have been a lawyer. You know, so maybe like a doctor sort of lives in this house, is what I imagined when I was building it, the kind of house that, the kind of people that lived in this house. And I tried to make it look sort of as spacious and fancy as possible, because I really like it like that. And here I put this really cute shelf. I absolutely adore those pictures that came with kitchen stuff, cool kitchen stuff. I really like those. I use them in way too many builds, so I try and shake it up a little bit and change it. And here we've moved up, and this will be where the master bedroom is, with a really awkward staircase. I wasn't sure how to do it to make it look good, but I think in the end it actually turned out pretty nifty, I think. And here we've got the white master bed, you know, because the whole house is pretty white, which I think is nice. It's an easy colour to sort of match and work with as well. And I made that a bit of a smaller one because I thought it was a little large. So, you know, white's, it's not the most exciting colour, but I did think so. And then out here we're putting in a little bit of a yoga room, because I thought yoga's nice when you've got a great view to not look out at, because a lot of people do yoga with their eyes closed. So I thought that was quite nice. And then through here's an art room, and I absolutely love that newspaper mat that came with cats and dogs. I use it a lot because it just seems like such a makeshift art mat. And you know, it's a little bit more classy because you can sort of clean it out every time, you know, you get too much paint on it, which I thought these guys would sort of do. Now we're moving out here to the backyard, and I decided I wanted to put some fountains in. And I really like these fountains that came with Spa Day. I thought they really spruced the whole area up. I don't know how you're supposed to use them. I had to put bb.move objects on in order to move them around. I'm not sure how you're supposed to do that normally. And again, we've gone with the black and white theme around this part of the house as well, because why not? And we spruced it up with some nice flowers. So I thought that ended up looking really cute. So I had a bit of camera problems there. I apologise for the jitteriness. And then I put in these beams that look identical to the beams you saw in those pictures before, because that's the point of this challenge. There was no way to make those beams. If you know how to make those beams, you do this house build. Love to see it. honestly, I think it would be awesome. So we're coming up to the end of the build, and I decided I wanted to put lights in everywhere, and we had to get an indoor rubbish bin. And on top of that, we had to just do the front patio section, which didn't take too long, in my opinion. I think it was actually a really quick patio build. Or patio? What would you call that? The front garden? The front... I don't know, the front area, the front tria. You know, I combine the word front and the word area, put it in there. And I sort of kind of leave this here, and we're about to move into the screenshots, but I liked the way the front area ended up looking in the end. I don't think I got a picture of it though for the screenshots, but I absolutely love how this closet turned out. And this kitchen is so adorable. I'm in love with those new counters. I think all of that kitchen came from Jungle Adventure stuff, which I haven't got to use a heck of a lot, although I do have a build coming out later this week that uses a lot of those items. And this back patio looks absolutely fabulous and looks so fun to hang out with. And now we've moved into our study area, or our studria, because we're combining the word area with another word in this. And there's the bathroom, which I thought looked really cute. And I love this shot of the study. I like the white. And of course we've got the black there, and the colour of the pictures looks really cute. And this is the delightful yoga area. And here we are finally with the end pictures. It's a shame the colours weren't darker. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!